Addressing the people of Allahabad, the PM also addressed the national executive of the BJP, which was held in the Sangam city over the last 2 days, where the party's top functionaries deliberated its future course following 2 years of the Modi government, its recent electoral triumphs and upcoming political challenges. The PM's message to the party was simple, that it's now in an unprecedented position of strength in the country in its history, and it should use this advantage to ensure the betterment of the people. He also had a 7-point code or mantra for all partymen to follow. Here's our report.
The 2-day BJP National Executive in Allahabad that deliberated on a vision for the country and party strategies in election-bound states concluded with PM's valedictory address. According to BJP, the objective of the meeting was to assess the present political scenario and determine ways and means to strengthen the party and steering the country forward. In the last leg of the meeting, Prime Minister addressed party leaders and workers, during which he recounted the achievements of the government and its pro-poor schemes.
देश का जनमानस अब केवल नारों से संतुष्ट नहीं है, वो देश कैसे मजबूत हो रहा है, वो इसकी चिंता करता है.
Senior BJP leader Arun Jaitley quoted the Prime Minister as saying that the people of the country need a strong nation and the government is working to achieve that objective. Prime Minister urged party workers to see power as a means to serve the people.
हम लोग आज केंद्र में भी और राज्यों में भी सरकार में हैं, हमें इस सत्ता या ताकत का अनुभव नहीं करना चाहिए, लेकिन समाज के लिए उपयोगी किस दृष्टि से हैं, ये स्थापित करना चाहिए.
Prime Minister presented 7 mantras at the party national executive to guide the conduct of the party leaders and policies of the government. They are service, balance, restraint, coordination, positivity, empathy, and dialogue. The meeting adopted 3 resolutions, one economic, another political, and the third one on the achievements of the government and the electoral gains made by the Bharatiya Janata Party. The economic resolution points out that India has become the world's fastest growing major economy under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, despite 2 consecutive years of drought, global economic slowdown, and inheriting a weak economy. It says that the government is focusing on progress in rural areas and industry at the same time, and agricultural loans to the tune of 9 lakh crore rupees have already been distributed.
जो प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर है जिसमें क्रॉप लोन दिए जाते हैं, उसके लिए पहली बार 9 लाख करोड़ रुपए का प्रावधान बजट में किया गया.
While the political resolution is on the present political situation in the country, the third resolution presents a holistic picture of the achievements of the government in first 2 years in office. The third resolution also refers to BJP's growing strength and its success in assembly elections in several states. The meeting discussed party strategies for assembly elections in 5 states next year, including Uttar Pradesh. While the party is working on several levels to come to power in Uttar Pradesh, the party's parliamentary board is likely to take a decision on BJP's CM candidate in future. Day 1 of the meeting saw the issue of migration of Hindus from Kairana in Uttar Pradesh being taken up. BJP President Amit Shah questioned the poor law and order situation in the state in the wake of the Kairana and Mathura incidents. All in all, BJP not just gave a report card of its achievements so far, but also drew a roadmap for 2017. The party also attempted to send out a message through its workers that BJP's popularity is at its peak and that should be used for the welfare of the people. With Shailendra Mishra and Ashutosh Shukla in Allahabad, Newsnight Desk, DD News.
So through the day, the Prime Minister had 2 separate messages, one for the people of Uttar Pradesh and one for his own party, all dedicated to development of the nation and of Uttar Pradesh, and also, of course, the party's future as well as the nation's future. To talk about all this, we have Shekhar Iyer, political editor of the Deccan Herald, with us. Welcome, Shekhar. And this messaging is completely clear. He's talked about how his government has performed over the last 2 years, how the economy is doing well after what had happened in 2014 when it was in the dredges, really. And do you think that the inflection point is there for the BJP to make further gains based on this base that the Prime Minister has created?
Yeah, I think so, because his message was very clear, both in the party national executive and as well as when he addressed this rally. And I think what is coming out very clear is the next assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh will be fought on the plank of development.
Okay.
Because repeatedly it has been said that the other issues will come. There will be again attempts made to divide voters on whatever.
But law
But
and order
today,
is also a big issue as
but
well.
today,
with the
yeah, law and
issue
order
of
issue,
Mathura being raised, and of course.
So
what
I
happened
think
in
the
South Africa.
agenda, at least the electoral plank of the BJP, has become very clear, and Prime Minister, with his very forceful address today, has sent a message both to the people of the Uttar Pradesh and also to the BJP cadres that these are the key points that we are going to take to the people.
Right.
Now there is definitely a big challenge before BJP, because in the Lok Sabha elections, BJP had won more than 73 of the 80 Lok Sabha seats. So therefore, there is a lot of pressure to show that the BJP has still holding its ground. And another important point that he made today was when he talked of some kind of an arrangement between Samajwadi Party and Bahujan Samaj Party. This is the first time, right from the Prime Minister level, the challenge is going to show that there is some kind of access.
Yes,
because
we talked about a
hitherto what we have
contract, an
seen,
unstated contract.
yeah,
every
hitherto
5
we have
years.
seen, it is others who have accused BJP and SAPA, Samajwadi Party, of some kind of, but today, which means the battle, the BJP is looking at the main, the rivals as both Samajwadi Party and Bahujan Samaj Party. And he didn't take the name of the Congress, which means in the BJP scheme
But
of
the
things,
Congress is
not
amply
a big
mentioned
issue.
in the national executive resolutions. It is the party that the BJP says it wants a Congress Mukta Bharat, and it says that these recent elections have shown that it is making progress as far as that goal is concerned.
Yeah, in the resolutions, the Congress is mentioned because of what had happened during the 10 years of the UPA rule.
Yes.
And even in his address today, he said, look, so, our job of clearing the mess, as the Prime Minister put it, of the previous years is so much that a lot of dust is being raised, and that dust even sometimes blinds us to some of the achievements we have had. Therefore, he counted all those achievements, that we have laid the ground for good governance, we have laid the ground for development, and if the future of UP is tied to the future of India, and future of India is tied to the future of UP. Therefore, the message to cadres, the message to the people of Uttar Pradesh is that UP has to develop if India has to move forward.
And is it possible for the ruling party in Uttar Pradesh, the Samajwadi Party, to counter this narrative, counter it by saying that we have also developed Uttar Pradesh, because indications from the ground are not very positive here?
Yeah, because Akhilesh Yadav government is definitely on the back foot. You just mentioned about law and order. Even on other parameters, it has been quite a tough task. And it took a lot of time for even the young chief minister to settle down. Because the first 2 years were the problems within the party, problems within the ruling family. And by the time he settled down, you started seeing that this kind of problems we saw in Mathura. And then you are hearing of other problems. And law and order, by and large, across towns and interior areas of Uttar Pradesh has been quite a
Plus all
patchwork.
these issues that the Prime Minister raises, casteism, nepotism, and of course the fact that there is a lot of mismanagement of affairs, misgovernance, that really hit very hard as far as Akhilesh Yadav and his rule are concerned.
Because already they are on the back foot, they are on the defensive, because when SAPA came with that huge mandate, it talked of several things, taking care of farmers, doing something for various sections of society. But right now, wherever you go in Uttar Pradesh, I think the general feeling is that governance is something that has not been up to the mark.
And that's a message that the BJP can really take to the people,
And
that
obviously
we will
the
give you
BJP is
governance.
going to take advantage of that and constantly highlight areas where that is lacking. And law and order is a big issue, because even whether it is Banaras, and today Prime Minister spoke, as he said that I'm one of you, because I represent Banaras in Parliament.
And do you think
belong to the state.
Mayawati would be sort of missing out in this crossfire that's taking place between the SP, the BJP and the Congress, because they're all attacking each other and not her?
No, but I think definitely Mayawati too will be in the picture, because with Prime Minister saying that, look, in a way indicating the rivalries both with Samajwadi Party as well as
He did
with
mention
Bahujan
that 5-year contract.
Yeah, so I think at the moment it may appear the firing is first on Samajwadi Party, but as the months roll by and in the run-up to the elections, BSP will be a big factor. I mean, a factor that BJP cannot ignore, and it will be one which will be important even for the smaller groups like Congress, because already there is a lot of talk, somehow to form a front against the BJP and the Sapa. So I think one is going to see a lot of action on the ground.
But the front can work, cannot work. We've seen what happened in Bihar, then we saw what happened in West Bengal.
Yeah, because even Mayawati would be looking at, because she would not want any alliances turning into burden, because she has in 96 she saw Congress and BSP going together, and she will play her cards carefully, because she would not want to get into any arrangement or anything that becomes costly for her.
Plus, any party which has the momentum with it, it doesn't really matter which all forces align against it. Do you think the BJP will find itself in that position when it comes to the time of 2017 polls in UP and in the other states as well?
See, as of now, if you see that BJP has decided to go early into the field. Yeah, this BJP National Executive in Allahabad, of course, was a major event. But even before that, we saw several rallies being organized, and then what BJP is concentrating is on booth level. Even in the National Executive, there was a lot of emphasis on, the UP strategy involves mobilizing first your booth level workers as well as booth level voters, because voters are important. So in fact, the whole management system, election management system of BJP is you galvanize the booth level workers, you galvanize booth level committees, then go out to reach
And this
voters.
is where that 7 mantras also come in, the Sampark and everything else that he said, the 7 S's really.
Absolutely.
That come in, and Sampark, which he mentioned last, perhaps comes at the top as well.
And this booth level management is not just about attracting voters to the BJP, but also using the booth level workers to convey what the central government is doing. Because
that's a huge part.
If you look at the last part of Prime Minister's speech today,
and he said convey with humility.
See, he spoke of what has happened to that 1 lakh crore that has been given to the state government. Where is that money gone? Because there is no dearth of resources, there is no dearth of funds. But what is happening to those funds? Where are they going? What kind of are we seeing results on the ground? So, as far as BJP is concerned, I think their election theme is very clear. Now, the rivals too are going to hit back. So, the BJP will be ready for that counterattack too, because this is the beginning. And today's Prime Minister's speech has set the tone and tenor of BJP's campaign.
And the chief ministerial candidate is something that will become clearer a little later.
No, I think in any case the BJP National Executive was not supposed to
not really dwell
because
on it. They maintained that right from the start of the parliamentary board.
It's a parliamentary board, and that is going to take a long time, because there will be several things will be examined. But if we are looking for a signal as to what is going on in the top BJP leadership's mind, when Prime Minister began his address today, he mentioned by name several leaders, starting from Murli Manoj Joshi to Manoj Sinha to General V.K. Singh. He took name of different leaders, because BJP's approach will be, rather than projecting a single face, but make itself appealing to different sections, different communities and different groups. And the message constantly will be, here is a party that is going to take care of farmers, women, downtrodden, Dalits, the backward classes, and also minorities, because BJP's campaign
the wider
is not,
the appeal, the better.
That's because they are looking at the appeal has to go to all sections. And Prime Minister repeated emphasis today on development. Vikas. This is back to that same 2014 campaign, where repeatedly Prime Minister, meetings after meeting, he says, look, this is the only thing that has to be done.
Right, and we'll see how that plays out with the people in Uttar Pradesh next year in the elections. Thanks a lot for joining us for the time being, Shekhar Iyer.
Thank you.
And that is the path that has been really put out for the party as far as the Prime Minister is concerned. Let's see what follows, with the rivals also coming in with their own bit as well.